What is going on, trka? I think we're having a better day today. That was fun. That was enjoyable. If you've been here stressing over it, we got a little bit of relief. That's awesome. Where did it come from? We're going to talk about it. We'll look at the charts, we'll look at the ortex, and we'll go from there. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm just here for your entertainment. We only continue to talk about a stock if we have a thesis and a narrative, and if that narrative makes sense. Otherwise, we say it's probably dead, it's probably coming down, and we move on to a new ticker. So it's good to see that maybe these last couple weeks weren't wasted a little bit coming back into action, and I like to see that. I'm actually well, I was green. Right now I'm back to just a penny red, but that feels good. Hey, it didn't lose any money. So let's see, the tweet's what set this all off. We'll talk a little bit about that. RJH, he's the new Elon. He's like king of short smashing in these small caps. Hey, if that's his business and that's what he wants to do, that's awesome, right? Clean up the markets, and we need somebody that has a little bit of power and is able to do that. So if that's his role right now, awesome. Let's support what the guy's doing. Anyway, it says that they made an offer to TRKA, a non-binding offer to acquire TRKA, together with a proposal on capital restructure as agreed with Jefferies terms. And the terms are confidential. So we don't have any idea what the terms are, and really, I don't know that we care what the terms are. As far as we know, RJH could have wrote a contract up to acquire TRKA for $1, right? It's not disclosed to us, but it is a good way to be able to put something official out into the media. So do I think they're going to acquire? Do I think GNS will acquire TRKA? I don't necessarily think that, but I do think that there is some sort of teamwork going on between these two tickers and Jefferies, and if they're on our side, that's great. So we'll continue to watch and see maybe if GNS does, buy out TRKA, what price would they offer them? We were saying somewhere in that 120 to 135 market cap would probably get them back to somewhat of a fair value. As far as the ticker was going, it's at 100 million right now market cap. So I don't know what kind of true offer they would, bring to the table. But we're obviously here hoping that we can get back over $1. So unless it was a really, really good offer, which we're talking, 350 million plus, then that might get your share price back to $1. But anything 100 or below is going to, clock you in around 28 and a half, 30 cents, somewhere in there. So we'll keep an eye on the market cap. We'll keep an eye as to how this develops. I hope they let it linger for a little bit or play with it, in all honesty, rather than just say dismissed. We have that tweet out there. That's what sent it all off. That's good to see. Let's go into our charts and just take a look at what we got going on with TRKA in the charts. So yesterday's video, we were watching basically this flag that we were falling in. We said we hoped that would be the bottom. I missed it by like 0.0002. TRKA likes to do this thing. Right here we can see that it did a perfect grind back up that safety net trend line. TRKA loves to break out of the flag and then just ride the top of the flag for a moment. So we're starting to learn the personality of the ticker. We can go back and confirm that it does, create those bull flags, just consolidate through, ride the top of it, and set a little bit lower low. It's happened probably 3 or 4 times now since I've been watching it. Nice explosion, though, out of that flag, and perfect timing, I think, with the tweet. Right now we're back in our box. Remember, I told you this is the tough area, 25 to 28. Just a lot of supply that comes in there. So I want to see if we can hold that 25 cents. I mean, that's going to be an amazing day if it can hold the 25. If it can get on top and support at the 28 cents, then I think we're working with something a little bit better. There's quite a bit of interest and action that's coming in. That would be basically just above our 28 cents would be our 1618 that we were talking about being a nice push back to get us into the box even. And then from there, I mean, we're going back into our longer fibs from that point. But let's see if 28 cents can hold. Let's see if that can make a base for us. It's at 28 cents right now. Market time 3:23. I have appointments to get to in a very, very short amount of time here soon, so I couldn't wait till the end of the day to make the video, and I'm probably going to be out late. So I'll check back in with you guys if we're seeing anything outside of this range. But 25 to 28 cents is where my focus is right now. If we can hold above 28, we'll come back in tomorrow morning. We'll talk about some potential upsides, downsides. What are we looking at as far as risk goes? And to the downside, if we lose that 25 cents, I'd be watching for 23.50 to hold. Right now, I think there's a lot of hype, so maybe it will carry on into after hours. Maybe we'll start to see some GNS style movement go on as the day continues. I don't know. That was one heck of a run, so expect some profit taking. Expect something to pull back just a little bit. Our RSIs, they look fine on the short time frames. The 30 bounced right off of that grind line almost perfectly. The 1 hour is sitting at 77. The 4 hour is sitting at 56. And the daily, we just crossed into bullish territory, 51.5. That's beautiful. So if we want to see this 1 hour cool off a little bit, just a little bit, so I would expect some sort of small possible pullback just to let it breathe, let the RSI breathe, and that can continue our 4 hour and our daily into, carrying on with bullish territory and not being too overheated. But the shorter time frames absolutely are going to take some sort of pullback. That's why I'm saying let's see if we can consolidate in this box or as close to as high for a breakout, say, a little bit later in after hours or pre-market. That would be beautiful. Give the RSI just a little bit of time to cool off. Don't lose our main support areas and just see if it wants to continue this momentum and see what RJH has in store for us as the day goes on. Let's take a look and see what we got on our activity here with Ortex. 4.35% is what it's saying. Live short interest percent of the free float, and that's 13.34 million. Again, I don't know what the correct float is. We assume it's been increased. We don't know if the reported are correct or not. We're just using it. The cost to borrow has went up again, so that's nice to see. The utilization, I believe, has increased as well since the last time, 85.47 on the utilization. Cost to borrow average coming in at 82.29. So as long as that cost to borrow average is going up and the utilization's going up, we know that maybe there's not as many shares out there that are being willing to be lent out at the moment. Maybe they're going to hang on to them, and we'll continue to watch and see how it goes. Let's just act like this might be the top of the run for right now, just for fun. I'm not saying it's over. Let's see. So 27.33 could be a nice support line. 25.76, and then down here we got 24 and 23.5. So we're going to watch our boxes. I got this box also that we've had drawn up. I just drug it over from around 22 to 23.5. So we got plenty of support areas up here as long as it wants to continue to hold. Let's see if the momentum carries on in our favor and continues to push to the upside. It's looking beautiful, honestly. I'm happy that it's playing out. I hope you guys made some money today. if you want to take risk off the table, now you can think about what your possibilities are. Some of you guys are hopefully back green. Some of you guys had way better averages than me because I tried to catch the falling knife with my initial buy-in a little bit too soon. So it cost me a few more bucks to get my average down, but I think a lot of you guys got nice entries. So, if you were way more weighted in TRKA than you ever intended to be in your green or whatever, watch how it's moving through these levels and see if you need to make any adjustments. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next one. I hope you had a good day in the markets. I think you did. I hope you made some money. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.